Welcome, everybody, to our online Positive Psychology Hour, a series hosted by the Whole Being Institute and the Marlene Meyerson JCC Manhattan. My name is Caroline Colas, and I am your co-host today, along with our featured guest, Megha Nancy Buttenheim. Today, we're going to be doing a wonderful day it's inspired by Earth Day, and it's a celebration with Let Your Yoga Dance. So join Megha for her 14th Lunch and Learn. Together we will revel in the 51st anniversary of Earth Day in this joy-filled festival of gratitude, appreciation, and love for Mother Earth and the earth of our own bodies. Moving through the Whole Being Inspire model of awareness, you will experience Qigong and gentle movement, gentle yoga, moving meditation, poetry, Let Your Yoga Dance, and relaxation, coupled with 3 embodied positive psychology character strengths. We will explore Earth Day's theme for 2021, which is Restore the Earth, and look to the future with a call to action to help make a small change in our habits that will make a huge difference in the world. Together we will broaden and build our positivity, and by doing so, find ourselves more available to do good for our beautiful planet, our earthly home. Megha Nancy Buttenheim is the founding director and CJO, which stands for Chief Joy Officer, of Let Your Yoga Dance and Let Your Yoga Dance for Parkinson's. She is the author of Expanding Joy, Let Your Yoga Dance. Since 1985, Megha has been a faculty member and teacher trainer at Krupalo and has been director of movement and meditation with the Whole Being Institute of Positive Psychology since its inception. She's also a dear friend and a colleague, and I welcome you to the call, Megha. I'm going to have you spotlight you, and you're unmuted, right? Can you unmute?
I'm unmuting myself. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be back. And before I stay on the spotlight, I just want us all to see each other in the gallery because you're all so beautiful. And I know so many of you. And for those who I don't really know, thank you so much for coming. And before we go another step further in one of my favorite days on the entire planet, I too would really like to just pause and acknowledge the Marlene Meyerson JCC Manhattan for truly extraordinary work this year. Oh my heavens, I know some of you in there have come to every single Lunch and Learn, haven't even missed, I think Elaine has never even missed one. And so Caroline, you know, has just been astonishing all this time. Phoebe Atkinson, who I believe is with us, has been the glue that has brought JCC and WBI, the Whole Being Institute of Positive Psychology, together with all the presenters. So I am just so in love with all of you. And here I am in Sarasota, Florida, talking to so many of you in New York and New Jersey and wherever else you are. So I'd like, before we leap in, because I have way too much to do. So I'm going to be probably cutting back throughout. And just so you know, I've got thousands of slides today and will not use them, but you'll receive them. You'll get all the slides at the end and my poems and all that. So if I don't do everything, you'll get it anyway. Okay. Does that sound like a plan? I hope. Okay. Thank you, Bambi, for thumbs up. So what I'd like to do first is just take a few moments, close your eyes, and think about this day. This is such a special day. We honor Mother Earth, 51 years of Earth Day. That's pretty cool. Way back in, what was it, 1970? That it started to just one little day. Of course, what we need to do is do 365 days of honoring Earth. But just as you close your eyes and take some deep breaths, I'm going to invite you to think of something that you appreciate about Mama Earth Gaia that might be new, that you haven't really thought of recently. So just take a moment to consider a gratitude, because of course, when we appreciate the good appreciates. So when you feel like you've got something, just jot it down and let's take a look at some of our considerations of gratitude, thankfulness for our mama. I honor my HS friend Carol, who passed away, and dance and celebrate her. Yes. Love. I love the phrase, when we appreciate the good appreciates. I learned that from our fellow mensch, Tal Ben Shahar. Resilience of the earth. Isn't she amazing? What she can put up with all of us? The interconnectivity of the web of life. I appreciate my backyard garden. I appreciate Kwanzaa and cherry tree blossoming. Are you in, Rachel, are you in DC? I thought you were in New York. Oh, well, I always think of DC as the place that the cherry blossoms are. I appreciate the food that comes from the earth. And Cheryl says the sun rising every day, no matter what. And my dear Joanne, the vibrance of color when the air is clear. Yes. Linda Jaffe, I appreciate the sun. She's my Sarasota pal. The cool spring, the flowering of the trees in early spring. And Marguerite says, I appreciate each day. The wind on my face. Isn't that amazing? I love that, especially in Sarah. Wet air. And my beloved Andrea says, I appreciate the healing of movement. So with that, I'm going to now shift us over to some slides. And let me tell you a little bit about what you're about to see. I'm going to share a bunch of them, but as I said, I might not do all of them. So the first part of what we're doing is a little, well, this is called inSPIREd Earth Day celebration. And as you can see, the word spire is highlighted, and SPIRE is our Whole Being Institute acronym standing for spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, and emotional. And that's such a lovely acronym, because if we really practice those 5 things, we're probably going to be filled with a little bit more joy in our lives if we can be congruent. So this is inSPIREd Earth Day. And hold on a second, let me get my next one going. Oh, yeah. Now I've got some photos. I have never been a photographer in my whole life. So this is a big deal for me. I finally learned, oh, my iPhone takes pictures. So I've started to do a little, what would I call it? A blessing for Mother Earth. Like, I want to go out more and more and more into the earth and see what's there, rather than be on my iPhone doing my work all the time. I've been way too focused on teaching. And in this era with COVID, my intention has been to go inwardly and look at the world from inside myself and appreciate it. So what you're seeing are a whole bunch of photos that I took, and I'm going to share them individually as well. And what I'm going to ask you to do is practice Tratak. Now, Tratak is a yoga term, and it means feasting your eyes on something good and just breathing it in. So here, these are sandhill cranes, and they live in my town, and they love to walk in the street, which is terrible, but they do. And of course, the cars are very respectful. We love our sandhill cranes. So the other day I was riding my bike and I saw them in a marsh, a little family in a marsh. So I took pictures, but then the daddy went over. Do you see how the road is right there? He went over into the road, and I said, come on, go back into the marsh. And I was literally a foot away from him. And I adore these kind. They have little red hats on their head. This is a hibiscus near my home. So isn't that pretty? Can you see the water, the little dewdrops on it? And then on the other picture, you can see my friend Linda, who's on the call today, took this picture. It's at Selby Gardens. And there, do you see the little lotus blossoms in the pond beneath the lake? This is the Roy Lichtenstein, who adores Monet. Selby Garden put them together in a joint exhibit, which is so cool. So that's real live water beneath me. And those are just replicas of Roy's beautiful replicas of Monet himself, which I thought was just lovely. This, I didn't know. I had to ask my cousin, Katie, who knows everything about bird life. This is a lumpkin, a lumpkin who is holding a little food in his beak. And this is Siesta Key, and it is not a black and white picture. This is a colored photo of the beach, which is as white as snow, and that is a lovely little laughing gull. And this is an ibis congregation. Did you know that when you think of an ibis, it's one creature, but if it's two, it's not a flock, it's a congregation. They're very spiritual birds. So this is a congregation of ibis. And this final one I'm going to talk about, I just discovered this yesterday. Have you ever seen a bird like this? I never have. I thought it was bleeding. Do you see the pink on its wings? You see the pink on its wings? And it's got a little platypus bill. It's called roseate spoonbill. Roseate spoonbill. I'm so in love. And this whole place is right near where I live. It's about a 2-minute walk. So now I'm going to be quiet. And if you could just look at the rest of these photos and just feel and breathe into them. All right, so that's a sunset at Siesta Beach. So that's a feasting for your eyes. Now, if you'd close your eyes, we'll continue the Tratak, but inwardly. And I'm going to quote some indigenous exemplars now. And you don't have to look at the screen. Just let your eyes close and hear what they say. Everything on earth has a purpose. Every disease and a herb to cure it. And every person a mission. This is the Indian theory of existence. And that's from Mourning Dove, who's from the Salish tribe of Montana. We are people of the soil, whether it is from the region of forests, plains, pueblos, or mesas. The hand that fashioned the continent also fashioned humans for their surroundings. They once grew as naturally as the wild sunflowers. They belong just as the buffalo belonged. And that's from Luther Standing Bear. Big Thunder. The Great Spirit is in all things. The Great Spirit is in the air we breathe. The Great Spirit is our Father, and the earth is our mother. She nourishes us. And finally, Chief Seattle, every part of the earth is sacred to my people. The earth is our mother. What befalls the earth befalls all the daughters and sons of the earth. Now you can open your eyes if you have closed them and see our mascot for Let Your Yoga Dance, a giant poodle who lives in Seattle. He is in the seated mountain pose now. And his comments to us are, love the earth. All right, so with that, I'm going to ask you now to shift over into your body. And we are going to let our yoga dance together for a little while with 5 songs. And I'm going to be also sharing the spotlight with my beloved Tatiana Brown, who's here today, and she's going to take us into the sea and into the ocean. I'm going to start us off in the earth. So now I'm going to spotlight myself. And if you would, again, if you feel like, oh, I am spotlit, I guess. If you feel that standing up isn't appropriate for you today, don't. You could even lie down. You can lie down on the floor and just enjoy the music. Otherwise, really feel the connection to Mother Earth. So this song is all about the earth, and it's called The Earth is Our Mother We must take care of her. So I'm going to invite you to take your thumbs together right over your belly button and then bring the tips of your fingers together like this. And this is called in Qigong, the lower dantian, and it really connects us with the ground. So all we're going to do is press the hands down and up. So this is pretty simple, okay? That's what we do. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. And then they start to chant, hey yana, ho yana, hey yan yan. Take your arms in an infinity sign and really feel free to sing the chant. You'll get used to it. And then you're going to take your toe, your heel up, and then press the heel down. Toes, heels up, press down, heel up, and you can walk around the floor. So you're connecting very strongly with the earth, okay? And if you're chatting, I recommend stop. Don't chat now, actually get in your body. It's much more fun to actually move. So we are loving on Mama Earth right now. And here we go. The earth is our mother. Let's see, let's get this going. That's it. All right, we start right away.
The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana, hey yan yan.
Bringing your hands back to this lower dantian. Close your eyes. Again, remembering that the lower dantian at our belly and below represents Mother Earth and all that we walk upon. So as we just take a moment to receive and savor that beautiful song, the earth is our mother, begin to consider something that you might like to offer Mother Earth, something perhaps new, or it could be a continuation of a practice you've already begun. As I said, I have been doing my best to get out in nature and see it, and occasionally take a big garbage bag and fill it up with trash that I see. But there might be something that you can bring into your awareness that you might offer her, and we'll come back to that a little later. So our first song has all been about grounding and appreciating Mother Earth. This practice today has 5 character strengths that we're working with. The first one, of course, gratitude, love, appreciation of beauty and excellence, bravery, and then finally, forgiveness. So I'm going to now turn the baton over to beautiful Tatiana. And there she is, hopefully, yes. And she's just a recent graduate of Let Your Yoga Dance teacher training. And she's so beautiful. And she had a great song a couple of weeks ago that I said, ooh, please bring that into our Earth Day. So she's going to take us to the sea. So off you go, Tatiana.
Well, hello, everyone. And just imagine our planet Earth is 70% water. And even our bodies are 60% water. So we're honoring the watery part of the earth right now in a beautiful song by Frank Sinatra. And he describes this gorgeous woman that walks along this shore and is in tune and one with nature and doesn't even recognize that people are paying attention to her. So what I want you to do is to tap into your most confident self and maybe get out of your seat if you're seated. If that's not available, stay seated. You can even dance in your seat and walk in your seat. And then find yourself connected with Mother Earth, feeling the sand between your toes, and just have fun with it. And Maestro Megha, if you would please. So stand tall and start bending one knee and then the other. Just swaying your hip left and right. Feeling the sand, sun on your skin. And then begin to walk.
The girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes.
And she pauses and does a hair flip or hat tip. Keep walking.
So cool and sways so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes.
And she pauses. Hair flip.
But I watch her so sadly.
Now she arrives at the ocean and she tips one toe in and then the other.
Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each
and then she keeps walking.
She walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and
she
young,
applies some sunscreen.
The girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see.
And now she is ready to jump into the waves. Quick jump. Swivel your hips. Oh, there's another wave. Swivel your hips. She keeps walking, enjoying Mother Earth and the ocean. And then she pauses, bends one knee and picks up a shell. Other side. And now she's ready to go all in through the water. Bend your knees and get yourself wet.
When she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall, tan, young, lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes,
and there she goes,
smile, but she
drying herself off with a towel, walking away.
She just doesn't see. She never sees me. Ding, 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 ding.
And perhaps that took some courage to go out there and walk confidently. So take that with you as you enjoy Earth Day today.
Thank you. Oh my heavens, Tatiana, just give her a little wave. That was so beautiful to play in the ocean with you in that way. So with that, we're going to move on up to our hearts. So could you bring your hands right up to your heart and think about these next two songs are love songs. And this is a love song for trees. Oops, a little fast with the music there, maestro. Okay, so this is the song called Shaking the Tree. So I'm going to ask you to think of the tree pose in yoga, but you don't have to do, you know, the calendar yogis who are just perfect and they're holding it for 50 hours and their legs are wrapped around their necks. You don't have to do the tree that way. You could do a plant or a sapling pose. So see this, try this. And if you're in a chair, you can do this in a chair. If you have happier hips, you can pull it up. But we're not going to stay there. We're dancing the tree and we're shaking the tree. The song is called Shaking the Tree. And for the rest of our practice, trees are going to be coming in more and more as we remember that too many are being cut down and we need them to breathe. So shaking the tree, you come up into whatever tree you want and then find your warrior. So these are tree warriors that are going to keep us all safe. All right, and we are the warriors to keep the trees safe. So we're going back and forth. So you have this and then wah, like that. Try that. And again, you don't have to put your foot up at all. It can be here. We're honoring all the trees. So as I'm teaching this to you, I'm going to invite you to think of every tree on the planet you can. All the fruit trees, all the trees that wave in the wind like willows, all the Rocky Mountain trees like Yosemite trees, redwoods, etc. So we're going to bring them all in with this song. And of course, because this is called Let Your Yoga Dance, you can always do something else if you feel like it. All right. So this is Shaking the Tree. All right. So start shaking. And then come into your own tree. And then shake. Other side. And wiggle all you want. And shake it out. All right, now let's try the warrior entry. Tree and warrior. Tree, warrior, and shake it. Other side. Ready? Tree. And shake. All right, now take your hand and start planting some trees. All right, what kind of trees would you like to plant? Be Johnny or Joni Appleseed. Go around your space and plant some trees. All right, and then just shake out all the seeds. And let's come back to our tree. Take a breath. And shimmy. And out. Whoa. And shake it out. And let's do the other side. Ready? Take that tree. Here we go. Good. And shimmy. And now pick up one more batch of seeds and scatter your seeds, whether they're apple, fruit, any kind of seeds. Plant your garden. Excellent. And then just bring your hands right over your heart. Send a little blessing to the trees. And now the last dance that we're going to do before we come into a lovely movement piece for trees and for plants is all about forgiveness. So Tatiana took us through appreciation of beauty and excellence and bravery. And we've already been doing some gratitude practice with the earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Now we focus on forgiveness and love. So this is asking the earth, first of all, to tell her, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the crazy things I've done to harm you in my own lifetime. And what are some ways that I can be better? So this is a little bit of American Sign Language. So take your thumb up and just wiggle around your heart and say, I'm sorry. All right, it's just an I'm sorry. So just practice that for a moment. Inhaling and exhaling. I'm sorry. Turn that down. All right, now the next one is this. And so this is forgiveness. I'm sorry, forgive me. So just sort of wipe away everything that you don't need anymore. Okay, forgive me. I'm sorry, forgive me. Now this is a mega move. It's not American Sign Language. Go like this. And the line is, I offer this healing. So we have, I'm sorry, forgive me. I offer this healing. I love you. Thank you. Amen. And then we do it again. I'm sorry, forgive me. An open heart I bring. Bring your arms from the back. I love you. Thank you. Amen. All right. So that is what we're about to do. And then I'll let you have some time on your own to be with Mother Earth. So here we go.
I'm sorry, forgive me. I offer this healing. I love you and thank you. Amen. I'm sorry, forgive me. An open heart I bring. I love you and thank you. Amen.
Now, if you like, you can reach out in a beautiful, heartful gesture, move around your space, and look for things that are of nature. Go away from your screen and send thanks and love this earth.
For peace within us all, we can find strength. Together we rise and face the wind. We awaken when we listen to Earth's call. Don't sleep tonight. We have 1,000 songs to sing. These ancient sounds, they lift us out of suffering. Come dance with me, for there is only one prayer. Truth is all knowing.
All right, we'll come back to our chorus together. Here we go.
I'm sorry, forgive me. I offer this healing. I love you and thank you. Amen. I'm sorry, forgive me. An open heart I bring. I love you and thank you. Amen. I'm sorry, forgive me. I offer this healing. I love you and thank you.
Last time, let's sing it together. Here we go.
I'm sorry, forgive me. An open heart I bring. I love you and thank you. Amen.
And then again, let your eyes close. And you might bring your hands once again over your heart. Oh, and we just can't thank Mama Earth enough for all she does for us. All right, so take a few more breaths in and out, in and out. Now I saw something in the chat. Judith was asking about how can I get these songs? I'm going to send the playlist. I'm not allowed, it's illegal to send the actual songs, but I will send you the playlist so you'll know. I'm an iTunes girl, so you can get them on iTunes. So now we're moving into, if you were with me last time I was here, I invited dear Nick, who is on the call today, to lead us in a rendition of my signature piece, which is the Grace Garden of Hearts and Souls. So today, oh, look at Cheryl's, Cheryl's screen is a beautiful sunflower. Oh, it was so pretty, Cheryl, I love that. So we're going to come into the Grace Garden of plants and trees now. All right, so I'm wondering if you'd like to play. It does mean that you need to be on your screen. And if that is something like, nah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You can just do it in your mind's eye. We've got plenty of people here, but I thought we could just take about 3 minutes with a little demo. So I'm just going to spotlight Elaine, and I'll spotlight Tatiana, who's just done that beautiful dance for you. And I'll spot Nick, you want to play? Oh, yeah, okay. So Nick was here last time leading this in a different way. So I'll add him to the mix. And Barbara, would you like to play? Okay, so Barbara's playing. These are all Let Your Yoga Dance instructors. And Tatiana, oops, how did I get in there? Yeah, so oops, wait a minute. How come you're all big? Oh, did I replace it? I make that mistake sometimes. Let's try it again. Sorry. So you all, while you're waiting, because I just flubbed it, could you do a little Qigong movement of take your hands and massage them together while I do this properly this time? Okay, so I'm going to spotlight. There we go. Okay, good. And then we need Nick. That's it. All we need is Nick and we'll be good to go. Perfect. Okay. Now I want you to know most of these folks don't even know what we're doing because this is a new creation. So I'm going to ask that Barbara and Elaine, you are going to play a plant. So think of a plant that you would like to embody. All right. And Tatiana and Nick, you're going to be a tree, and it can be a totally different tree, right? Now, what we do is Barbara and Elaine come in first, and they are going to embody their plant. But remember that you use the whole Zoom screen, or you're not just on the side of your screen, you take up the whole screen. All right, got that? This is just for Elaine and Barbara now. They're the two plants. All right, there they go. Okay, see if you can just really reach out to the edge of your screen. That's it. Okay, so there are two plants. Now, Tatiana and Nick are going to come in and you're going to protect these plants. All right, so come in and see which one you'd like to protect. All right, and remember, go to the edge of your screen and you can use your head, you can use your leg if you want to. You can really go to town with your creativity. So we've got the trees protecting the plants. All right, now I'm going to ask the plants to go away, and the trees are still there. Plants go away. Yeah. Now trees, could you morph into plants? Become a little plant. Become a little plant. There you go. But remember your Zoom screen. Come a little closer to your screen. That's it. Come close to your screen. All right, now Elaine and Barbara, you're becoming trees. So go in and protect one of those plants and figure out what kind of a tree you are. So make a sculpture, like a yoga sculpture. Okay, excellent. All right, and great. And then you can let it go. Okay, so do you see what I'm doing, everybody? We're having a little time of thinking of different kinds of plants and trees. So I'm going to ask you, I'll just talk you through this. I'm going to ask those of you who have first names that begin from A to M, as in Megha, raise your hand. Let's see how many there are of you. Oh, good, that looks pretty good. All right, and then those of you who are N through Z, you go second. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so the first people, the A through M, you're going to come close to your screen. You can't do this wrong. All right. And again, if it's embarrassing, just go off the screen. That's okay. But it's fun to have those of you who are up. So come as close to the screen as you can and make your plant and think of what the plant is. All right. So it's really a meditation on the plant you have chosen. All right. That's it. And you can use edges, the edges of your screen. Look where they are, top, bottom, out. That's it. So whatever plant you are, pause there. And now I'm going to ask the trees to come in and find someone, find a plant that you feel you can protect in some way, and bring your arms, your elbows, your head, your leg, your butt, whatever you like, to that particular plant and hang out there for a few moments and breathe. Oh, wow. And those of you who are not on camera, just feast on these plants, these human plants and trees. Now, those of you who were plants, could you back up? And now, those of you who were trees, transform into a plant. So now you're going to get little. Get littler, but use the whole screen. You're just a new plant. You might be a rosemary bush or a forsythia, whatever it is. Create your plant. And now those of you who are new trees, come in and protect them. Bring in your protector archetype. These plants need protecting, and breathe. Find a new way. Remember, go to the edge of your Zoom screen and breathe. Couple more breaths. And now those of you who are the trees, back up. And those of you who have been plants, one more time, turn into a magnificent tree. And make a new tree, make a different tree. And find the sculpture and use all edges of your screen. You are a beautiful little plant, becoming a plant. And now those of you who are transforming into trees, come in and find one plant that you can protect and serve and honor. Love on that little plant. Are you breathing? Now take 3 deep breaths in and out, in and out. And then just release. Just release. And now we're going to turn ourselves into moving trees with Qigong. So reach your hands towards the screen and then back to your heart. So we appreciate the beauty of the trees and the plants. And let us send metta, loving kindness, as we move. This is called, I like to call this moving metta. And we can say to ourselves, may you be safe. May you be healthy. May you grow in beauty and ease. May you be healthy. May you thrive on this earth. May you live in grace. And if you like, you can make a little heart mudra and bring it up to your eyes. And we're seeing some humans now as you look around the Zoom screen, but also remember the plant and the tree that they were. So we're looking at one another and our plant and our tree through the eyes of the heart. And then slowly bring the hands back. If you'd like to sit, you may. I'm going to share with you before we open things up. I'm going to share with you a poem. from, of course, the illustrious Mary Oliver. So just find a place that feels good for you to sit or stand. You don't have, I'm still standing, but you can do whatever feels good. And listen to her words. This poem is called When I Am Among Trees. She writes, when I am among trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I'm so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, stay a while. The light flows through their branches, and they call again. It's simple, they say. And you too have come into this world to do this, to go easy and be filled with light and to shine. As we began our practice today, I invited us all to consider a way we could more deeply love, cherish, appreciate, and nurture Mother Earth. Some of you may know the expression Kaizen change. It's always been a part of our positive psychology certificate training, and it's also been part of Let Your Yoga Dance teacher training. Kaizen is Japanese for change for the better, for improvement. So what I love about Kaizen change is that it's just one little step. It doesn't have to be a massive thing. So I'm going to invite us now to perhaps use the chat and just think, feel, what would be one little thing you can do for Mama Earth today, this week, the rest of the month, just a little thing. And as I said, for me, I'm planning to go outside as soon as my Qigong class is over at 3. I'm going to go over outside and stay there through sunset. And I also am intending to pick up more trash. So that's one of my intentions. And if you have another one, might be bike riding more than driving, or just what's something that you might consider for yourself that you could do as a little gift to her after all the gifts she's brought to you. Joanne says, plant a tree or 2 or 3. Even if you live in a city, you can donate a tree. Judith says, taking photos to appreciate the beauty, which is what I've been having so much fun with. For me, another one is using less plastic. You know, how can I get plastic out of my life? Walks in nature. Yeah. Tatiana, taking my shoes off and stepping into the grass in bare feet. Make a donation to a garden. Compliment everyone I see doing positive things for the earth. That's a beautiful one, Diana. Cheryl, to cut the ties off masks so animals don't get stuck in them. Judy, I've adopted a tree in Central Park. How cool is that? I love that. Bambi, I've recently realized that I was buying detergent in bottles and have now stocked up on powdered detergent as I used to use before plastic took over. Yes, I've been doing that too. Greenfills.com. They send things in packages and you only have to use 1 jug for the rest of your life. It's very cool. Use less plastic, says Carrie. Oh, these are coming in fast and furious. Contribute to organizations that are dedicated to saving the planet. composting, drive my electric vehicle mostly. Yes, oh, I want an electric vehicle too. So these are just some of the many things. And also today is chock full of opportunity. You know, there's so many things going on today. Attending tonight, someone recently mentioned when we dance here in bare feet on the earth, it's like acupuncture for the earth. Got to go dance at the beach. I love that. Yeah. Great organization. Nick has said something that if you can all see in the chat, he says, here's a great organization based in Florida. All right, good earth-based organization. Use only see. I'm not sure what see means. Use only see, lots of shopping bags. Claudine, what does see mean? Maybe you all know, but I don't. Wendy, hi Wendy. Attending tonight's class at 7 p.m. at the JCC. So cool. Love that. Resetting our food system, farm to fork. Yep, and with Wendy's help, I finally let go of everything animal, and I am at the vegan place, and I feel so much more congruent not eating animals. And that's not for you all necessarily, but finally, it's taken me 6 decades of effort. So Judith is asking, what is the 7 p.m. class? But Caroline has probably, yeah, she's got a little thing right there. Okay, Earth Day event. So yeah, Caroline, as usual, she's so fast on the draw. So we've only got a few more minutes, but I thought instead of chatting, if anybody had anything that you wanted to say or speak into the group, so we hear some voices, that would be lovely as well, as far as ideas, or if you had any responses to the Grace Garden of plants and trees, or any of the movements, especially Tatiana. Oh my heavens, I love that. And Tatiana, write your address in there, because she's a brand new teacher and she's teaching all the time now, so you can go to her classes as well. So anybody have anything you want to share before we head out? Let's see if there are any hands raising up. Yeah, Elaine, hold on a second. Let me unmute you. Oh, you're already unmute. Yeah.
I haven't really looked at Earth Day before, and I have new eyes for Earth Day. So thank you. It's been, and I even have a tree from my supermarket that I will plant today.
Oh, I love, let us all see it. That's beautiful. And tell us what it is again.
A mountain spruce. They were giving them out at the Giant. So I now will be planting a tree today.
Yay, that's a good big deal. That's a big deal. If we all could plant trees, woo, we could all be Johnny Appleseed. That's why I wanted you to actually pretend you were doing that, so that you could,
like our Google, like the Google.
Google, I know. I paid Google to do that as a preparation for today. Oh my heavens, there's so many things going on in the chat. Tatiana's email is there if you want to check in with her. Bambi, maybe Winnelie can tell how you can love the earth with her dance. I don't know where she is. Caroline, and everybody, she's saying that there's a dance weekend with Nia, which will be really fun this weekend. Perfect. And I just wanted you to know, if you want to stick around with me, I'm teaching yoga and qigong at 2 today, and it's going to be based on the earth. And if you want to take my training, please feel free. It's for everybody, and you can see the talent that we have with Nick and Tatiana and Barbara and Elaine, and Carrie. So feel free to let know more about that if you wish. And I think what I'd like to do is get Caroline back on screen. We just have a few more minutes, and see if there's anything that you would like to tell us or share or whatever.
I just think it's amazing to take time to really focus on the earth, right? Energy follows attention. And when we're more aware of what we do and what we can do, then things can shift and happen. Dan Tomasula was reminding us that, if we're talking and a book falls from the shelf and we focus our attention suddenly away from what we're doing to that book, we've changed our experience. And Megha, today, you and all of the demonstrators, so beautiful, have helped us focus our attention on the planet Earth. And maybe even making a promise just to focus on the Earth more will make a big difference. So thank you. Thank you for the beautiful way in which we've embodied our love and our caring with such kindness, and extending that not only to ourselves, but to one another but to our Mother Earth. Makes a lot of sense on this day.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Caroline. And can I just respond to something that you
Sure.
just said? Oh, let's put us back in the gallery. I love to see everybody in the gallery. Let's see, gallery. There we all are. So Caroline, when you said when a book, Dan was talking about a book falling, you know, I've never forgotten, I lived in an ashram for 12 years and I'm not on the guru path anymore, but there were some very handy things that I learned. And one day we were sitting in darshan, which means in the presence of the guru, and his book fell. We were on the floor, but it kind of fell from a little stool. And he picked it up and he kissed it. And I said, Gurudev, why did you kiss your book? And he said, books represent the goddess Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. And, you know, it dropped and I wanted to respect the book. Oh, wow. And I really took that to heart with our belongings, and Mother Earth is just enormous. And if we could kiss a book that falls out of a shelf, how can we kiss the earth in an ongoing way every single moment and dance? I love when I'm dancing, my feet are kissing the earth and she's kissing me. So I just wanted to say that little thing that touched my heart so many years ago.
Beautiful, beautiful. Bambi, did you want to say something? Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, hi, Bambi.
She had her hand up, so I wasn't sure. No, she said, no, it's okay. Oh, you put it in the chat. Fantastic.
Oh,
okay, gotcha. Okay, fantastic. All right, there's 9 new messages. Let me just tell you, thank you for the beautiful inspiration of the heart. Thank you for a great Earth Day celebration. Thank you, Megha. Lots of love here. I, like Elaine, have not used paper napkins in more than how many years? 10 years. Wow, cloth only. Small contribution to the earth. It's quite a big one, actually. And I am Coptic, and when our Bibles or holy books fall, we do the same thing and kiss it. Beautiful, Christine. Kissing books. And I know if anybody has seen Fran, what's her name, Leibowitz, who has Pretend It's a City. Has anyone seen that on Netflix? She talks about her love of New York City and everything in it. And she talks about how when she was given the first edition of a book by her mom when she was 7, and how she revered it. And when she dropped it, she kissed it. Her mom said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, you told me that we have to respect our books." And she says, "Well, I meant the holy books." Well, she said, "But to me, every book is holy."
Isn't Mary Oliver? I always say Mary Oliver, let's see, Hafiz, Rumi, Shakespeare, they are all holy books, you know, and then why not just a fun book that I love too? Like anything by Anna Quinlan, Barbara Kingsolver, Annie Lamott, you know, I think they're holy books too.
And the list goes on. Well, everyone, now is your opportunity to just unmute yourself and say goodbye to one another. We will see you all next week. We have some amazing things lined up. I think Mikkel is back from Denmark. That should be really fun. And there's a lot of other things that we're going to be doing. So thank you, Megha. Thank you, the Yoga for Dance instructors and the team.
Thank you.
I love, Elaine, I love your wreath. It's so pretty.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you later.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We love you.
Love you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.